What if I told you the biggest fast food giant in the world, the one with those iconic golden arches, didn't start with burgers and fries? What if it started with barbecue? Get ready, because today we're unwrapping the incredible, surprising, and world-changing history of McDonald's. It all begins in 1940. Two brothers, Richard and Maurice McDonald, opened a small drive-in restaurant in San Bernardino, California. It was called McDonald's Bar BQ, and its menu was packed with 25 different items, mostly slow-cooked barbecue. It was a decent local success, but the brothers noticed something interesting. Out of all those 25 items, what were the best sellers? Hamburgers, French fries, and milkshakes. A light bulb went off. They realized that in the post-war boom, people wanted their food good, cheap, and, most importantly, fast. So, in 1948, they did something radical. They shut down their popular restaurant for 3 months. When they reopened, the barbecue was gone. The car hops were gone. The menu was slashed to just 9 items, centered around a 15-cent hamburger. But the biggest innovation wasn't the menu. It was the kitchen. They called it the Speedy Service System. It was an assembly line for food. Each employee had one specific task, from grilling the patties to adding the condiments to bagging the order. This system was revolutionary. It allowed them to serve customers in under 30 seconds, a speed unheard of at the time. Quality, service, cleanliness, and value became their mantra. The single golden arch of their new building became a beacon for hungry families. The San Bernardino restaurant was a gold mine. People were fascinated not just by the food, but by the efficiency. One of the people who came to see this marvel was a 52-year-old milkshake machine salesman named Ray Kroc. Kroc was intrigued. Why was this one little restaurant ordering 8 of his multi-mixer machines at once, when most diners only needed 1? When he arrived and saw the long lines of happy customers and the lightning-fast kitchen, he didn't just see a successful restaurant. He saw a blueprint for an empire. He saw a system that could be replicated all across America. Kroc pitched a vision to the McDonald brothers: franchising. He wanted to take their system national. The brothers, content with their local success and having had a poor experience with franchising before, were hesitant. But Kroc was persistent. He saw a future they couldn't. In 1955, he signed a deal with them to become their franchising agent. On April 15th of that year, Ray Kroc opened his first McDonald's in Des Plaines, Illinois. It wasn't the first McDonald's, but it was the first of Ray Kroc's McDonald's, and that made all the difference. This restaurant, now a museum, served as the model for all future franchises. Kroc was a stickler for the brothers' original principles of quality, service, cleanliness, and value. He made sure every single franchise, from Illinois to California, had the exact same burgers, the exact same perfectly golden fries, and the exact same standard of cleanliness. This consistency was key. A customer knew that a McDonald's in Chicago would be just as good as the one back home. To train his growing army of franchisees, he established Hamburger University in 1961, a dedicated training facility that still operates today, granting degrees in hamburgerology. However, Kroc's vision was bigger than the brothers. Tensions grew. Kroc wanted to expand rapidly, to innovate, and to own the entire brand. The brothers were more conservative. The breaking point came in 1961. Kroc, frustrated by their contract, bought the brothers out for $2.7 million. A huge sum at the time, but in hindsight, a bargain. The deal, however, came with a bitter twist. A handshake agreement for ongoing royalties was never put in writing, and the brothers never saw another penny from the global empire they had created. They were even forced to rename their original restaurant, which soon went out of business. With Kroc in full control, the McDonald's Corporation was born, and its growth became explosive. The 1960s saw the introduction of some of its most iconic elements. The double-arch M logo we know today was trademarked in 1962. In 1963, the world met Ronald McDonald, a character designed to appeal directly to children and families. This was a masterstroke of marketing. Suddenly, McDonald's wasn't just a place to eat. It was a destination, a treat, a happy place for kids. The menu began to expand, but carefully. The Filet-O-Fish was added in 1965, created by a franchisee in a heavily Catholic neighborhood to boost sales on Fridays. Then, in 1968, came the legend, the Big Mac. Developed by franchisee Jim Delegati, this double-decker burger with its special sauce became an instant phenomenon and a global symbol of the brand. The 70s and 80s were the golden age of expansion and innovation. The Quarter Pounder arrived, followed by the Egg McMuffin in 1972, which single-handedly created the fast food breakfast market. Can you even imagine a world without a drive-through breakfast option? We have McDonald's to thank for that. And in 1979, the single most important menu item for kids was launched, the Happy Meal. It was a simple, brilliant concept. A meal sized for a child, packaged in a fun box with a toy inside. It cemented McDonald's place as the undisputed king of family-friendly dining. By the 1990s and 2000s, McDonald's was a global juggernaut, a symbol of American culture and globalization itself, for better or worse. Opening a McDonald's in a new country, like in Moscow in 1990, became a major geopolitical event. But this era also brought challenges. The brand faced increasing criticism over the nutritional value of its food, its labor practices, and its environmental impact. Documentaries like Super Size Me put a spotlight on the health consequences of a fast food diet. In response, McDonald's began one of its most significant transformations yet. It started adapting. The I'm Lovin' It campaign, launched in 2003, was a massive global marketing push to modernize the brand's image. They began adding healthier options like salads, apple slices, and grilled chicken. They started displaying nutritional information, making a commitment to sourcing sustainable ingredients, and redesigning their restaurants to have a more modern, cafe-like feel with free Wi-Fi. Today, McDonald's is more than just a restaurant. It's a real estate company, a marketing machine, and a cultural icon with over 40,000 locations in more than 100 countries. It continues to evolve, embracing digital technology with mobile ordering apps, delivery services, and self-service kiosks. From a tiny barbecue stand in California to a global empire, the story of McDonald's is a powerful lesson in innovation, adaptation, and the relentless pursuit of a vision. It's a brand that has not only fed billions but has fundamentally changed the way the world eats. What do you think is the most iconic part of McDonald's history? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories behind the brands you know and love. We'll see you in the next one.